Oh, wow. We're live. This is the first live, but we're actually in daytime for the most part. Okay. Adjusting my audio settings because sometimes I hear like this jacket just kind of wispy. So we're going over, we're ranking fragrances. Let's reset this. As far as fragrance ranking goes, I was at the mall today and I smelled Bleu de Chanel Parfum, right? It typically gets a really high ranking. Where is it at? This isn't the Eau de Parfum. The Parfum, I believe, has gold font on it. But it made me think, like, this is really good. But it's so close in scent style to a few others. But it's still a really great fragrance. I would still recommend it. It's just a very blue scent, and I feel like it's a lot harder to justify blue fragrances. What fragrance are we covering? Chloe Nomad. All right. Also, you are first on the board, so we're going to go over that one. I haven't smelled Natural. Fruity, sweet. I like Chloe Nomad, but I haven't smelled this one. I guess a flanker. Launched this year. Ambery floral. Dates. Very interesting. Okay, so this one I haven't tried. I need to put it on my list to try it because this one I have not sampled. Sandalwood, powdery. But I'm wondering why they call it Naturel. I wonder if it's the ingredients. Yeah. I haven't tried it. I do have Chloe Nomad on here, but it's not the flanker version. So we'll just put it up there as a B+. It's so spicy but feminine. I love spicy fragrances. The most recent one that I tried was Love Fest by Kayali. That one's sweet and spicy. By the way, if you guys want access to some of the custom emotes, I have a subscriber bonus where subscribers can access custom emotes. Somebody asked, what's a good scent to layer with Valentino Born in Roma? Valentino Born in Roma, I believe, is a woody vanilla fragrance. Yeah, woody vanilla fragrance. I would say good things would be Kayali Vanilla 28. You could use the new Eilish fragrance, or even go something a bit fruitier, like maybe like one spray of Cloud. Things like that seem to go well, unless you want to enhance more of the green or fresh parts of this one. But typically, you want to stack on things that are like main drivers on a fragrance. Otherwise, it would be hard for the standout notes of your perfume to stand out. If you're bringing up fresh notes here and the vanilla notes stay the same. So, yeah, I would go focus more for vanilla sweet fragrances. Great question. Any other fragrance related questions or review thoughts? All right. Did you smell the new Ralph Lauren perfume, Ralph Club? I have, and I liked it. Ralph Club. This one usually would get put on the A tier. Ralph Club. The only downside for this one, obviously, the bonus price. Downside is the longevity. Maybe if it was a bit woodier, it would last a bit longer. But for the price point, you really don't need a 12-hour fragrance. So, I put this in A. Is it on here? It's not. Talking about vanilla fragrances. Okay. So if I'm going over any of the sites, this one's tiermaker.com. This one's Fragrantica. And then this one's called Wheel of Names. It's just a website where I created my own Wheel of Names. Acqua di Gio Absolu. Okay, so most of the Acqua di Gio line would be in S tier, and it boils down to preference on where you would sit on the flankers. For this one, I'd probably put this one, its specific one, maybe A tier. It's really good, but I mean, Alberto Morillas, you still have some of the common Acqua di Gio DNA or the scent style within it, but I tend to prefer more of the Profundo, Profumo, the lights version. Yeah. Fragrantica. Yep. The new Versace Dylan Purple. Versace Dylan Purple I have not tested. Is this the one? This one I haven't tried, so I may have to come back to this one. Jean Paul Ultramel. Awesome scent. A tier. If you already have a fragrance like Versace, the vanilla one, I would say you don't need to get Ultramel, but Ultramel is really good. More of occasion-based fragrance. Mojave Ghost. Byredo. I like it, but it smells a bit synthetic. So some people really love Mojave Ghost. I think it's really good, lasts long. It smells a bit synthetic. All these things, and I think it's the ambergris. Sometimes ambergris to some people may not sit well. I think that and the powdery notes just doesn't work for me. But I mean, I think a majority of the people that would smell this fragrance would love it. Put it in A tier. Dylan Blue, I'd put B+. A good chocolate fragrance. Okay, if you're looking for a chocolate fragrance, I'm going to put you on to Acrose Dark. Warm and spicy chocolate. If I had to summarize what this smells like, thank you so much for that subscription. If I had to summarize what Acrose Dark smells like, it smells like Abuelita's chocolate, like the kind that you would buy at a grocery store. Otherwise, I would probably say Montal's Chocolate Greedy. It's another one. Or Roses and Chocolate. So, 2 to check out. I would start with Acro, though. They have a great discovery set. Spice Bomb Night Vision and Spice Bomb Extreme would sit around the A tier. Givenchy Pie. Okay. Thoughts on Givenchy Pie in general? Great scent, but it has gotten weaker over the years, and I think part of it is from a new formulation. So scent, A, almost S tier. Performance, like B. Best Azzaro for a casual day. I don't know if Azzaro would fall under, in the ones that I've sampled, would fall under like a casual day. Unless you want to go into like the Azzaro Extremes or Azzaro, Chrome Azzaro. Chrome Azzaro would be an everyday casual. And then Azzaro Chrome Extreme, another everyday casual. Tim, thank you so much for the black cat. Howdy. Best peppery scent. I mean, if I just, in general overall, I would go Inconfessible by Wilgramine. But you're getting spicy and woody. So for a niche brand, to sell this for 160 or 170 bucks is a value. It's a really good deal. YSL Liebe Intense, one of my favorite scents, and typically one of the ones that gets ranked extremely high when you go to head-to-head fragrance comparisons. And man, I usually can find it pretty quick. All right, YSL Liebe. Maybe I didn't put it on here. There it is. Halloween Man X. All right, you got it. Next one. Okay, no need to spam the chat. No need to spam the chat. All right, so YSL Liebe, I would put it in S tier. Especially the intense version. If you do, I've done several TikTok lives where I've gone head to head on fragrance comparisons, and it's usually top 4 or top 2, like right up there head to head against Delina. It would lose maybe to Delina, but for the most part, like, it is that good. Halloween Man X, for the value and price point, it's a really great fragrance. If you're looking for something that's coffee based, that's where Halloween Man X thrives. Coffee or fall, that's where you're getting yours. What's your idea on Dolce & Gabbana The One? It's a good scent. There's so many other like fall or date night fragrances now that go a bit more exploratory in spices or woods, like Givenchy, Azzaro, Spice Bomb. It's still really good. The Eau de Toilette doesn't last that long. The Eau de Parfum does. So thoughts. Have I tried Date for Men? I have. I have a decant of it. I really liked it. I haven't really worn it many times though, just once. Cremo Vintage Suede. For the price point, Cremo has some good stuff. Best cologne for high school. The best cologne for high school is one I'm about to release, hello, in November. By the way, if you want the details of when my fragrance drops, sign up on my bio. I have a email list for whenever I launch my fragrance. Outside of that, if you're looking for an everyday high school cologne, I would go Nautica Voyage, or I would go Chrome Azzaro. Chrome Azzaro. And Abercrombie Fierce is still really good too. Like, it doesn't last as long as it used to, but it's still a really good scent style. Signature scent for teenage girls, I'd say Cloud is up there. Cloud 2.0. And then my other favorite one from Ariana Grande line would be Moonlight. This one's really good. It may be a bit older in scent style, but besides that one, Marc Jacobs Perfect. And I would go as to say even Commodities Milk or Commodities Gold. I have Commodity Book on here. This one might be too high of a price point for high school. Cheriosa, another really good one. And then also this one. Chanel Chance of Tundra. All right, Ellie asks, best woody scents that last a long time. And by the way, if you want access to custom emotes, I do have a subscriber-only bonus feature. Best woody fragrances I would have to give to Commodity Paper and Commodity Book. Commodity Paper smells like cedar. Commodity Book smells like sandalwood. Unless you want something styled differently. That includes fruity, woody and fruity, then I would go Marc Jacobs Decadence. Rate Product Carbon? Yeah, absolutely. Easy one. Product Carbon, I would go A tier. Doesn't last the longest, but for the scent and the quality of the product, I really like it. Prada Luna Rossa Ocean, okay. It's not bad, so even though I put it in B tier, I just think that most people that will smell Prada Luna Rossa Ocean and think it's too spicy or too masculine in scent style. Like, it smells very musky and sharp, I think vetiver. I smelled it at the airport. I liked it, but I was like, I don't see myself recommending this to a majority of my audience. I just feel like most people want something that's sweeter or smoother, but the performance is there. Like, it lasts really good. It's refreshing. It almost reminds me of some of the Acqua di Gio flankers. Gucci Bloom, it would sit somewhere between A and B. Best fragrance for school. Already have Bleu de Chanel. Price doesn't matter. Best fragrance for school. For fall season, I would say Jazz Club. I mean, you already got your fresh blue scent, and now you get your spicy warm vanilla. You can go a bit more sweet. Mancera's Instant Crush. Cedrat Boisé. Eros Flames is good. I would put it in B tier though. Opinions on Tom Ford Ombre Leather. It is tough to find an occasion for ombre leather. It is super strong. Like, it is a heavy hitter. You spray 2 sprays, you're good. You're choking out a room. So it's super strong. Smells like leather. It's got some complexity to it as well, but in my opinion, it's hard to find indication. Date night, yeah. Going out, sure. The original Prada Luna Rossa would go high. Um, Perfume similar to Bulgari, Splendida, Rose. This one I have not sampled or tried. But you're looking for a rose fruity perfume. Even though I haven't smelled this, the DNA or the scent notes on here remind me of Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. Looks like it's compared similar to Eau Rose Diptyque or Miss Dior. So I am not sure. I haven't smelled this one, but if you like rose, I would try Very Good Girl. The scent I'm wearing right now, okay, Elysium. This smells like a sparkling fancy lemonade. Like a Bleu de Chanel meets Sauvage. So this is what I'm wearing right now. And then I went to the mall and I sprayed and sampled Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I have tried Bath & Body Works cologne. I have a video on one of my earlier TikToks about some of my favorite ones. I think there were 3 that I would say are definitely worth that price point. Top 3 Creed fragrances: Aventus, Silver Mountain Water, and Green Irish Tweed. All right, thoughts on Kayali's Juicy Apple? I think if I were to put it in a category, I would put it somewhere in B tier. Like, it's good. It's just not my preference. So it's a bit soapy, slightly clean, and fruity. So it's good performance. It's just that soapy, clean smell from this fruity fragrance that didn't really sit 100% with me. There are some similarities in like that sweetness from Cloud, if you like Cloud. It pulls in like a bit of sour notes from the lychee, but I'd put it in B tier. I think it's great to layer. So if you have woody fragrances and you like to add something sweet to it, it's a great one to have on hand. A clean, sweet smell. But I put it in B. And if you're enjoying this TikTok live, I will be on here for another 15-20 minutes. So be sure to like and share. Bleu de Chanel Parfum Spray. Yes, that's the one I sampled today. I like it. I mean, I've been wearing it on one hand to test. Thoughts on Hypnotic Poison Dior? Definitely sample it at the store. It's still around most places. More often people would put it in an A to a B tier, like that are younger, just because it does smell kind of almondish and Play-Doh-y. Versace Eros. Aqua di Gioia or Ocean for a fresh everyday perfume. All right. I think if it's this one you're talking about versus Ocean. I want to make sure I'm comparing the right two. So we're comparing this one, Citrus Green, versus this one, Floral Fresh, If I was to pick a favorite, I would go this one, Floral Fresh. I mean, even in the audience rating here, this one's slightly got the edge by like a fraction of a percent. But yeah, just my thoughts. Can you help find a similar perfume to Florazara for women? That one might be tough to do on a TikTok live. I will try to come back with good notes on that one, Florazara. A common one, Spice Bomb Extreme. A spicy, cooler weather fragrance. The reason you would probably push this more for cooler weather is because they tend to just, the notes on this and the spices would just be shouting if you were wearing them through warmer weather, like where your skin's sitting a bit hotter in the sun. So I would put this one in A tier, especially during the cooler season. Kayali Vanilla, I would put it in A tier. We have it here, A tier. Good Burberry Her. This one's good. Good. Top 3 Maison Margiela scents. I don't know. I mean, they really are seasonal. The ones that I would consistently put on a repeat would probably be Jazz Club. And I could live without By the Fireplace. That one's a bit too smoky or too occasion based. So Jazz Club, Lazy Sunday Morning, and maybe Matcha Meditation, or Jazz Club, Whispers in the Library, and Matcha Meditation. Matcha Meditation's good. It's like Zen in a bottle. Green, peaceful. Mature vanilla scents, I guess it depends on how you define it. If you're looking for something powdery or almondish, there's Poison by Dior. Pegasus is really good, but you're at a high price point at that point, and you need to sample it. It's an almond, sweet, Pegasus. I want to make sure this is the right one. Almond and vanilla. So awesome bottle. Right? But yeah, it's an expensive one. Almond, vanilla. You know what? One of my favorite reviews of this fragrance was from, look up the account, The Fragrance Kid. Hey, Alien Goddess. So the original one, I really like. I would put it in A tier. That's the original. The new one, Alien Goddess Intense, I'd put in S tier. Last all day. I think it's got a good blend. Instead of going powdery with vanilla, it goes creamy with coconut. So it's really good. For those that want to get updates on my upcoming fragrance launch, be sure to subscribe on my website. It will be called Soft Yes. All right, let me go here. All right. All right, here are the details. This is the fragrance launch that's coming out. Link is on my bio. It is opening soon. Cozy, ambery, fresh fragrance. The goal for this one is to smell like a hug. So if you join, be the first to find out. It is going to be a limited run of 300 fragrance bottles. Just so everybody is aware, not a ton of inventory. Halloween Man X we covered. I put it in the A tier for Halloween. Versace Dylan Blue, we go A tier for that one. So for Versace Dylan Blue, here's how I would think. If you don't have Bleu de Chanel and you don't have Sauvage and you're looking for something that's somewhere in between, Dylan Blue is a good in between. Angel Share smells like a cinnamon roll, a spicy cinnamon roll. Warm, boozy, sweet vanilla. I'm pretty sure if I hit Control F on here, people will say cinnamon roll. Cinnamon apple pie. That's probably more true. A cinnamon apple pie. Cinnamon bun. Yeah. Halo, thank you so much. Or Sarah, thank you so much. Ellis Brooklyn Sunfruit. I have not tried Sunfruit by Ellis Brooklyn. Yo, that bottle though, that's like tennis ball. That's optic yellow. That's optic green or optic yellow? I don't know. Very bright. I haven't tried it. I will put it on my list to give it a shot one of these days. I love Glossier U, so I tend to prefer powdery scents over creamy. I think both have their spots and preference and occasion. But for Glossier U, I really like it. Not everybody smells that musk, so if you're thinking about getting Glossier U, try to sample it first because not everybody can smell those musk molecules. I don't have an alternative for Amiris Pour Homme. So this one is Tear Makers, just to make tears off common list. This is Fragrantica. It's going to be used more often just to put together a compilation of different fragrance notes. All right, somebody asked, you have Pure Musk by Narciso Rodriguez, and you're wondering, what can I layer it with? So I would go and follow what it has on Fragrantica, either something common in the base notes or some of the main accords. You go musky, and it depends on the kind of musk because there's several different types of musk. Cashmere. There are some fragrances that have cashmere that might help that stand out in the musk side. Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. That's one that stands out. It may also be present in some of the flankers as well. It is lightly woody, but I would go powdery. You could even probably try something like a Glossier U or another floral one like Flower Bomb. Flower Bomb also has cashmere as well. I'll double check my notes, but I'm pretty sure Flower Bomb also has cashmere. Nest Indigo, really good. Same thing with Amage Interlude. I would put those in S tier. Can you pull off Stronger With You intensely in school? Or is it just more for going out? I mean, if you're pulling it off, it doesn't matter. It's just it's not so much a light scent. It's more purposeful. It's strong, and it's potent. So I'd say it's fine. People wear like fragrances like Jazz Club every day to school. If you already have this, people usually reserve it more for different occasions because the intensity of the juice and like the longevity of it. Otherwise, for school, I'd probably say sweet and woody or woody and clean. Yeah, but I wouldn't be worried about having to stick to something. All right, Taylor asked, Eilish by Billie Eilish. I would put that one around A-, B+. I haven't tried it, but a lot of people say that it smells extremely similar to Warm Vanilla Sugar by Bath & Body Works. All right, I'll give a few more, and then I will call it a early day on a TikTok live, I might come back and do like a sub chat only, like a subscriber only chat. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Possibly. All right, let me know what else y'all want to hear. But if not, we will jump over and say that we will call it a day. I think the last ones I'll probably give some cred to is Love Fest, Burning Cherry, really good, very woody. So keep that in mind. Scandale by Jean-Paul Gaultier, that would be A tier. Yes, A tier for that one. And I think we've caught up to as many as we can. I want to thank y'all so much. I will try to jump on again tomorrow and then have a bit more built out on some of these tier rankings, or we could just do it again together. All right, everybody, if you haven't seen my latest video, be sure to check it out. But I want to say have a great evening. A couple of days from Halloween, so y'all have a very happy Halloween. Say recommend, the question is, recommend best perfume for your body chemistry. Well, body chemistry or scent chemistry may adjust by our diet and our hydration levels. So if you could find out, if you say, this is for sure how I'm going to smell for certain, then I would say I could probably think of a couple of things, but I wouldn't too worry about body chemistry because you could always test on skin. I mean, if you go to the store and you notice certain things stand out that don't work, and either by a specific fragrance manufacturer, but I'll put some thought into it because it could be worth a video. And it wouldn't be so much science-based, but it would be more like testing on skin versus testing on fabric, because on fabric, everything will smell the same. All right, everybody, have a great evening. And if you want to leave me a comment on my last video, I will try to respond to it. Thanks. All right, last question. Loave says, Spice Bomb Extreme, where would I put it? I'd put it in A tier. How do we know if perfumes are good for us? I guess you could look at it. Does it provide any benefit medically? I don't think so. I think it's more an aesthetic or a preference. So it depends on how you define good for you. Yeah, you don't want to do that. If you want to try, I would probably get a discovery set or work on finding a decant provider. Because even with decants, you could get amounts as little as 1 to 2 milliliters. Yeah. And you could test it from that point. But you don't want to test too many at once. So it's not going to be a fast journey trying to find the right scent. Yeah, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue for the win. All right, everybody, I want to say thank y'all. And leave me a comment on my last video if I wasn't able to completely answer your questions. How do I know a perfume will fit me if I'm going off notes online? Never go off notes online. You always want to sample. And you could sample by decants or in-store shopping. Now, for me, I could tell you I do have a tendency to prefer things that are spicy and things that are woody. Over the time, I've grown and adjusted and found other things as well. I also like really powdery scents. And I make sure that if I test everything, I'm testing it both on skin and fabric. So there is no guarantee, because one thing you also have to factor in, sometimes fragrance brands may also reformulate. So unfortunately, something that might be amazing today may change a few years from now. That's why it's always like, will you be using fragrance on your skin or on fabric? So even though I wasn't able to 100% answer the body chemistry question, try to find other ways to sample, because finding other ways to sample might help you distinguish what works best for you. Somebody says, I was Sleeping Beauty. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. where would I rank insolent? We're talking Guerlain, Guerlain, this one, or probably this one. All right, Powdery it was. Powdery is the winner, so we put it in A tier. Eau de Parfum, A, and A. Those are going to be the answers for the next few ones. I want to say thank y'all. Y'all have a great evening. And if I didn't get a chance to answer your question, leave me a comment. See y'all.